going to be wire, steel pipe, solo, top, and this is going to be 6. And this is also steel pipe and wire, so that's also those. Then modular frame and beam. So this is going to be 5 and 4. And then smart plating is reinforced. Wait, no, this is 6 and 5. This is 4 and 3. Reinforced plating and rotors are going to be 2 and 1. Okay, let's go grab the truck and go back to the base so we can hook up the other side and get materials to start coming this way, and then we'll come back and do the last remaining steps. And okay, so let's go back over here to the road. And let's look up ahead and look over the shoulder. I don't want to run into my resource truck that I have hauling resources for me, so I always check. Okay, so this big humongous thing right here is the space elevator. You can route materials into it. I don't have anything routed into it right now, but you can route materials into it. And in this case, this is what we're working on setting up the building processes for, to complete the 500 smart plating, the 500 versatile framework, and the automated wiring. And that'll unlock the next phase of the game, or the next stage of the game. And the different stages of the game are controlled by the hub, where each one of these items required creating different numbers of items in order to turn them in and unlock these items. So when we complete what we're working on now, and we have all the 500 different pieces that we need for Space Elevator Phase 2, that will unlock Tier 5, and then I'll be able to see what the requirements are for the different items in Tier 5, and we can start working towards that unlock. And so you basically run around and you build your factories, and you scare away giraffes. That's what those big humongous things are called. They're the game. Lots of people call those the giraffes in game. Then you have the MAM, where you can do research from items that you loot in game as you explore and unlock. which I've already done. Everything that's got a check mark is a item that I've already performed research on. And everything that is still picture graph is something that I still have yet to unlock. I haven't been able to research it yet because I'm missing materials. And then there's the Awesome Sync store, which while we're over here, let's come up to the Awesome Sync and see if we've unlocked any more tickets since I've been bouncing around over there. The Awesome Sync is a device that takes items that you're not using. Like, see, all these items are all excess items that I currently have no storage for, and they're being routed into this and destroyed, which are giving me tickets. Oh, we've got 4. So now we can collect those tickets. And now we can come back over to the Awesome store. A fix-it container floating in midair. Really? I didn't realize. Where did that... It's right there. What was it? 2 steel plate from somewhere. I have no idea where those 2 plates came from, but... So we can come back over here to the store now, and in the Awesome store, or in the Awesome shop, you have various items that you can unlock that will that'll give you extra items that you can use in game for making things. So like all these items with the check mark are items that I've already unlocked and I use around the base. So we have 4 tickets. What would be a good... What would be a good thing to get with 4 tickets? The half foundation set is tempting. Steel framed window. No, I don't have silica yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. Structural beam, structural frame. Didn't I save some tickets the other day? Come over here real quick before I buy structural beams. I thought I saved tickets. I guess I didn't. So we'll go ahead and get the structural beams. And so now in my build menu, those are new items that I can now build to make the base or make the factory look more realistic and more like a factory. So like I can come up to here and I can say, you know, it's not really realistic for this big humongous wall to be right there by sticking out like that on its own. So I can put a beam in, and then I can do a metal beam, and I can just plunge that into the ground, and now there's a metal beam in the ground acting as a support for that part of the wall. Okay, so now we need to come over here to the factory, or to the warehouse, and cables are is that right? Is it cables? I can't believe I forgot to write, excuse me, I can't believe I forgot to write something down. Production assembler. But that's why I have this, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave that sitting right there, because I keep forgetting to do this. Which one of these? Yes, cables. Okay, so cables need to go to that line right there. The best way to do this is going to be to come down into the warehouse. There's our cables. So let's pop that out. Let's go ahead and hit Q and go to logistics. And we are going to set the conveyor hole on number 5. Let's place the conveyor hole right there. Now let's do a mark 3 right there. Now we need to do the other items now. So we need to do a conveyor hole for steel pipe, which is all the way down here. Now we need to do modular frames, which are over in the other area, so we might be doing some rerouting in just a minute, but we need to do modular beams. Okay, we need to do rotors. And we need to do reinforced plate. And my reinforced plate, is that already going up? No. Yes, reinforced plate already has a line going up, but I don't see a lot of movement there. And so rotor, reinforced plate, beam, mod, steel pipe, and wire. Okay. So now let's figure out how we're going to get this is where these are all the holes that we just loaded up. And they are going to 1, 2, okay, so what we need to do now, they're going to go up through conveyor holes. What we need to do though is we need to come over here, we need to come down, and we need to figure out how we are going to get our modular frames from here over to our run. So why don't we do modular frames needs to be on number 6. Wait, modular frame needs to be on number 4 or number 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at it from up top. So let's put a floor hole. Must snap to a foundation or similar, which means I can't do a corner piece anymore. I have to do a foundation. Now we can do our floor holes. And I think we can do a floor hole right there. Basically what we're having to do here did I not run a couple of corners? Did I do all the